And Saudi Arabia still in the hunt. Now Haji's in again. Has he got the finish? Oh, off the base of the post. Unbelievable. Swept into the middle, and the referee has pointed to the spot here. And he does! Nigeria needed! Nigeria delivered! From tension to triumph. The Flying Eagles are soaring again in Chile. Heartbreak for Saudi Arabia. They cannot now qualify for the round of 16. Two nations.
Well, so that's the highlights of the game in the early hours of this morning between the Flying Eagles and the counterpart from Saudi Arabia, the Under-20 World Cup going on in Chile. Welcome you with that to 94.9 32 FM Scoreboard Reloaded. I am Peter Omo, and I've got SAMIES alongside with me. Together we'll take a look at that, discuss a bit, and of course the Super Eagles news list that were released ahead of this, October 10, and the other one coming up a few days later to probably decide the fate of the Eagles. 2 games, back-to-back World Cup qualifier, match day 9 and match day 10 will happen in a few days from now. We also look away from that and see what we've got for you on the show, what to expect this weekend in terms of football, Formula 1, and see a bit of the ATP going down across some of the Asian cities. And we've got some talk around the press conference held earlier today by managers across European football as we look forward to more games starting tonight with Bournemouth. Bournemouth will up against Fulham. I think a few games also spread across some the other 4 European top leagues. And of course the MPFL, there will be games this weekend. SAMIES, it's a pleasure joining me on the show this Friday afternoon, the first edition in the month of, the first Friday in the month of October to be precise. SAMIES, what's a win for the boys? It was important for them to win, and a loss for the Saudis who, with that result, they cannot qualify for the round of 16. We know how these things work in terms of this World Cup. It's not about you finishing in the top 2 that gets you qualified, even if you finish in 3rd, but you must have a better result. That's what this is all about. But SAMIES, it was good win. I don't want to use the word massive because massive will only come when we get to qualify from the group stage. If we can win our next game against Colombia, who could not get a point or get maximum points now against Norway, but the Eagles won their game. So it's 4 points to these 2 teams, Norway and Colombia, and the Flying Eagles have got 3 points. So it's all to play for in our last game to see if a point or even maximum points will be enough to qualify. Maximum points should be enough. SAMIES, it's a pleasure having you on the show. That's the win.
Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon to everyone who has joined us on this Friday edition of the program Scoreboard Reloaded, right on 32 FM 94.9. Yes, it was, a leap. I talk about a leap, the victory in which the boys had in the early hours of today, because we all know that a defeat for them would actually send them packing out of the World Cup there in Chile. And they saw that they had the victory. Now we saw they saw that they had the victory. Now we saw the first goal in that game. They scored first. Yes, they conceded, and it was a game where it was just about the clinical finish from both sides, because I see the second goal scored by the Nigerian team, Okoche, who scored the second goal for Nigeria. That was a great striker for him. And then we talk about the goal in which Ebenezer Arcourt considered also a great header from the Saudi Arabian striker to actually put that at the back of the net. But with that result, I think it's just a push puts the group in a much more intense situation, where we know that the Flying Eagles will be playing against Colombia, who topped the group with 4 points. And for the Flying Eagles, they know what they need to do just to actually get a better point to get into the next stage and next round of the competition, because we all know that that is another step for them, getting out of the group stage and see if they can better their last best outings, which was finishing in 2nd place on 2 different occasions. But outside the Flying Eagles of Nigeria, this morning while on the show, I looked at the African countries. Yes, for South Africa, they won also yesterday, defeating New Caledonia, I think 5 or 4 goals to 0. And I said, if they don't defeat New Caledonia, which team are they going to defeat? The Africa World Cup going on. And then I reiterated that Morocco were the best team in the course of the group stage of this competition because they played the 2 heavyweights and they got that maximum 6 points, defeating Brazil and Spain. For other African countries, another best of performance for them. Maybe because for Nigeria, we've not had a easy ride, but I felt the Saudi Arabians should have been an easy ride for us. But it just happens to be that it was a hard-end victory for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. So we cross our fingers to see what the results will be against Colombia, who are the table toppers in Group F of the World Cup proper.
All right, so there you have it in terms of just trying to weigh in on what the Flying Eagles did in the early hours of today. Let's jump over to the Super Eagles. What they need to do. We know what they need to do is win 2 games and fast and play. If you want to join them to do that, maybe not yours sincerely doing that. Okay, so 2 games. If they can win those 2 games and see what happened in the other group, in the same group, whether they have Benin Republic and South Africa in there. Wait to see. But SAMIES, the names were released. I don't know what to make of the names. And a few names that you know what I noticed now about the Eagles is that under 𝐒𝐿, there's no way you not find a new name, and of course there is a new one. He's a striker just trying to play for Sevilla. There's a boy from Russia coming. I'll just try and get that name across to you in a moment. So there's not Terry Murphy. I've got that in front of me. Olakunle Olusegun Paris Nizhny Novgorod in Russia. Okay, so that's a new name there. A few players are missing. 𝐾𝐁 not invited. Terry Murphy, who, kind of not poor stats, but a decent start since he came back from injury. Terry Murphy of Nice in France, not also in the team. So I don't know what to make of this list. And we'll have some World Cup, some international friendly coming up later this year in the US.
Yeah, that's if we don't find ourselves.
Don't go there. I've seen that if. Don't go there.
Okay.
The Nigerians just like to joke. They just like to joke.
No, it's not. I know as much as we are anticipating
if we win
those friendly games.
we have 17 points, Abi.
Yes.
So we need to now check across the other groups and see who is on 16, who is on 17, who is on 18. That just need one more win, and then if they don't even win their group, they stand in chance of playing in the intercontinental, the playoff. So when Nigeria say this is of,
we are also, but if that's why the if comes in. Okay. But for the squad that was released, I know lots of national teams released their group of players earlier this week, some even over the course of the weekend. But for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, saying Stanley Wabali, Amasa Basiogi, and Adebayo Adeleye, well, as the goalkeeper choice, yes, that's quite good. Felix Agu. We also have Bruno Yemechi, Bright Asai Samuel, Shimlogo Ajayi back in the side. Yeah. William Trust Ekong, Calvin Bassey, and Benjamin Frederick. So the young star who definitely impressed well in all those 2 games we played. Yeah. That was 2 months ago.
The only player that's not here that was part of the team the last time was the man now with Nuns. What's his name now? My word.
Defender?
Yeah. At the point in time where the Eagles in and out left France. SAMIES, what do you make of this part where 4 midfielders? 4.
See, I saw this list and I said, oh no, we are not going to prosper.
There's no Rafael Onyedika here, right?
Injured, yes. I missed their Champions League game over the course of the week.
No,
but
this yes.
Rafael Onyedika, Club Brugge.
Yeah, Club Brugge. So maybe because he's out injured.
Yes.
So there's no replacement for
even him not being out injured. I don't see no reason, or I saw no reason why the manager.
Okay, there's Terry Murphy in the team.
Yes, there are Murphys in the team.
Beg your pardon. I thought it wasn't. That was I was trying to say. Denise, was a bit back in form. And you count the number of number 9. When I say number 9, you get what I'm saying.
Victor Osimhen, Terry Murphy, Cyril Desas, Tolu Arukudare.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
See,
but the likes of Samuel Chukwueze and Demola Lookman and Moses Simon.
For you, that's a name I really might not just want to see in the Super Eagles anymore.
Which name?
Moses Simon.
But here you are.
Yes, yeah, we are. And it talks about recycling some players who are not doing enough on a normal thing.
Don't we see these things even away from the Eagles?
Away from the Super Eagles.
National team that we can probably go mention names?
But we are not getting the results that should actually put us in the position, the situation where we are, and then we keep settling
If
for.
you take Billy Simon out of this, what do you put there?
Peter,
Which name comes to mind?
see, which name comes to mind? Alex Iwobi being deployed as a midfielder. I want to be so sure.
𝐒𝐿𝐒𝐄𝐑.
𝐒𝐈�. See,
It was
we lack a lot. A
1,
lot.
2,
Because this midfield,
3.
Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Alassane Yusuf.
1, 2,
Let's say 3 of them would play, right?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
That's Onyeka, Ndidi, Iwobi. Then forwards, 3 would play. An African Player of the Year, Ademola Lookman,
1, 2,
maybe.
3,
Victor
4,
Osimhen leading the line,
5.
maybe. Then who starts? That's the other headache, where we can't guarantee, or we can't be guaranteed of anything good coming from
But
those starting.
is it that in the mind of what do you call his name?
Chell?
Is it the strikers on board?
Now you are bringing 5 standing number 9s. 5 standing number 9s.
Because
See, Peter, we all know how many of them can play from the flank. Our standing number 9s.
That's what I'm saying, that there's Moses
The
Simon.
men you threw under the. See, this is the list, right? Don't be surprised that some of them will still pull out.
Will they? Just this weekend, and then
Yeah,
We
don't
hope
be
that-
surprised.
we hope that-
See, you threw Cyril Desas under the boss against South Africa.
he's there in the team.
He's invited.
Was it because he was thrown under the bus by Demola?
Pity party.
Is it
Maybe that was the
just to
pity
make
party.
up, make up,
Pity
and say-
party.
Say, let's invite him to
Yeah,
make up.
maybe.
Maybe it will be an avenue for us to mend things and apologize to him, and then everybody move on.
Who does that? A whole country.
Super Eagles.
The spokesperson for a whole country singled out one man for your misfortune. How would you take that?
Okay, so let's go on a quick timeout just for a second, and when we come back, it's 94.9 32 FM Scoreboard Reloaded right here. All right, so let's allow you to take a listen to Oscar. If you remember Oscar well, the Brazilian, I remember him at the 2012 Olympic Games, moved over to Chelsea Football Club, and he did well with Chelsea. A few days ago, myself and SAMIES and a few of the boys were just catching some old highlights of some FIFA World Cup. And one of the highlights of the games we watched was the game between Brazil and Germany at the Maracanã Stadium,
7-1.
where the Brazilians lost in front of the fans by 7-1. And Oscar was the man who scored the only goal that night. And after the game, he wept. Take a listen to him on this 𝐷𝐿𝐒 podcast. He's talking about why he left Chelsea. At the point when he left, he was like, "You're going to China to do what?" He said about the money. Take a listen to the former Brazilian international, and I'll come back to allow Sammy weigh in on this.
No problem. Just tell me now. You are my first team, but I need to wait. And the team don't lose, but it's good. Okay.
Yeah.
And after that, I start to come to me, Atlético de Madrid. Oscar, if you're not playing, you can come for us.
Okay.
They start to me, to my agent. China come, and after he come and they bring to me. At that time I'm not playing, so me and my wife say, okay. They give me a very big offer, and let's go. And after 2 years, we come back. I stay 8 years there.
8 years.
Because also I have luck in this situation because I go to Shanghai also.
Yeah, good city.
You know that
Amazing
Shanghai is
city.
amazing
Yeah,
city,
yeah,
so
yeah.
this help a lot to stay
Yeah.
this
yeah.
many years
Yeah,
there. So
yeah.
it's not only about after, of course, when you receive the offer, of
Yeah.
course, it's about money. There is a very good offer for you, but after it's not only that.
Yeah, yeah.
Shanghai is a good city for me, for my kids, for my family. They love Shanghai, and after I say
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I leave. But in the beginning, I don't want to really leave,
Yeah.
because I love Chelsea. Everyone love me there, the fans,
Okay, so there you have it. So they came calling Samis, but they went to China.
Yeah, before the emergence of Oscar within the ranks of Chelsea, and you say that
Didn't they play
then-
together?
They did, but you know how much of a big fan favorite Oscar really was then. The defense and also how it goes also.
So let's take a look at what to happen this weekend. We know there's a big game on Saturday in the English Premier League. And of course, one big, in case you understand German football, Eintracht Frankfurt in Frankfurt will play against Bayern. Chelsea is playing against Liverpool Football Club. And there's another big one in France, PSG, with a couple of the players out injured. They've got a game coming up this Sunday. But let's start with the Premier League, how the press conference went down. And of course, in the Spanish League, where the likes of Xabi Alonso and Hansi Flick has been speaking ahead of La Liga game this weekend. So let's start with the Premier League, and let's start with who now? Maybe start with Arsenal, because earlier today Ateta was talking about players that will be game in charge of the Gunners. We also speak about the other press conference that went down. Liverpool Football Club and Slot was talking about his goalkeeper. He might be out injured for a few weeks, and what more?
For Arsenal Football Club, just like you said, we should start with. For Arsenal, I look at it. I think I've been wanting to actually have that conversation also with you, saying for the players signing contract extension and the player to give, you have 1 season, you have 1 year to win trophies, or you will be let out of the club side. So for fans who are wondering why William Saliba signed a contract extension, while the likes of Bukayo Saka, Miles, Lewis Kelly, all of this, I want to believe that it's because of the time frame that has been placed on Mikel Arteta for him to win something major. So that's why we are seeing that revolution also with the players and moving with the culture of the club side. On the other hand, for Liverpool, yes, so early in the season, just Premier League, they've missed out the next 7-8 weeks. The next 7-8 weeks on paper, but the managers also come out to say that it would be a miracle to see him back our fingers also. But till then, Mamashitaville would be in goal. The Georgian would be in goal. The Georgian for Liverpool Football Club and for Liverpool Football Club. And then you say that no Premier League experience. We want to see if he's going to do so well against Chelsea Football Club over the course of the weekend. As well. I think that's one of the games you didn't mention, Liverpool against Chelsea. Or did you?
Yeah, I did. Chelsea-Liverpool, I said that's one of the, if not the biggest game this weekend in England. That should be. And that game will be 5:30 on Saturday. But before that, we've got 2 games lined up for you when we come on Saturday. The BBC will help us take charge of the game between Arsenal Football Club, Manchester United against Sunderland. I'll ask SAMIES to talk about that, because for Ruben Amorim, it's always a question about his formation. But let's go to Spain before we come back to England to wrap up the show. Lamine Yamal, according to Hansi Flick, is that he will be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Suffered new puppies area discomfort. And that means we'll miss the next couple of weeks. It's about the blame game, Sam. It's between Hansi Flick and the head coach of the Spanish national team.
We've asked that question on numerous occasions, why some players find it difficult to obey their clarion call, and also for some players who are always available for their national teams. Enough to start a game. I want to believe the managers or the coaches at different levels know what is best for their team to get the desired result. And I don't want to see any blame being pushed to the national team manager, because you ask a club side and a national team, which is of much more relevance. And you ask me also for Ansu Fati, where has he won his biggest title yet? That is with the national team of Spain.
Ansu Fati.
Not Ansu
Lamine
Fati.
Yamal.
Lamine Yamal, right?
It's like Ansu Fati.
Lamine Yamal. Maybe the days of Ansu Fati also came into the end then, because he's a man whose career also been plagued by injury.
Okay, so let's wrap up with I talked about Manchester United playing against Sunderland. That can be very tricky, SAMIES.
Very tricky, yes, indeed. I think that game is set to go down 3 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is it the Stadium of Light now?
No,
Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But then we know what Sunderland they've been able to do this season in just 6 games. They can turn the Old Trafford into the Stadium of Light on their own. The one at the City Ground, 1-0. Yeah. They've been impressive. Their recruitment give it to them. bringing leaders across all forms and maintaining some of the players they used in the championship. I remember that game against the